Dennis Haller. I'm from Palmyra, New Jersey. I'm retired. I used to be in charge of the international division of an engineering company and enjoying life. Back in the 40s, my father had a home in what I believe used to be called Palmyra Extension. It was our summer home. And there were 55 acres there, and it was on the Pennsauken Creek and had a wraparound porch that we used to sit on. And in Pennsauken, there used to be a dump, which is a town, a few towns over, and sometimes it would catch fire. And if what I think now, when I think back, was either a turkey buzzard or a blue heron flew by and you saw it, we were always told it was the Jersey Devil. And the story was the Jersey Devil, if you were bad, would come and get you. So that was my introduction. Okay, what I believe is that it's a myth, just a legend. Like every country in the world has their Sasquatch and their Bigfoot and their this, that, and the next thing. We have the Jersey Devil. Well, I think it's an enduring legend because of the Wharton Tract being so large and lots of areas where I used to do a lot of hunting. And if you go there, a lot of the places are pretty much unexplored, if you will. And for what I understand, according to legend, the Jersey Devil's supposed to live in the Blue Hole. If you're from New Jersey, southern New Jersey, you're probably familiar with it. Truthfully, none of them. The one that I've heard the most is it being Mrs. Lee's 13th child. Was born deformed and ugly and was tossed into the fireplace and supposedly flew up the chimney and out and became the Jersey Devil. That's the legend as I know it. That was added on when we had the summer home because I was told that if dragonflies came around, they were sent by the Jersey Devil and they would sew your mouth shut. Now that might have been something my parents or my mother made up. I'm not sure. In the 1940s, when we had the summer home, I'm originally from Philadelphia, and we used to vacation in Wildwood, and like I say, of all places, in Palmyra, which was close by. And that was the first time I heard about it from friends that I played with over here in Jersey. If I had to believe anything, which I don't, about the Jersey Devil, I'm sorry, but I believe it was the Leeds only because that's all I've really heard about. I think it maintained it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Barnum and Bailey even had what they called the Jersey Devil at one time. And I remember there were supposed to be footprints that were cast, and I believe they were in the Wharton Tract that was supposed to be the Jersey Devil. And at one time there was a skeletal remains that was supposed to be the Jersey Devil. Don't know what's true. I would find it very hard to believe. I think it would be much like the Loch Ness Monster, which they also believe is possibly a dinosaur. But again, it's never really been seen. So I believe in what I see. I have faith in other things, but I believe in, something like that I'd have to see. I was telling you, a long time ago, I'd say probably 30, 40, maybe even 50 years ago, I understand that there was an attack by the Jersey Devil at if I think hard enough, I'll remember it, a store in the Wharton Tract. I don't remember the results of it or anything like that, but supposedly it happened at night. I don't know if people were making it up to get, people to come to the store or what, but I do remember that. If I were to believe in the myth, I would hope that he has a mate. But again, I don't believe it. I would think, I have been down fishing actually in the Wharton Tract, and there are very quiet back streams. I would go by canoe, and I remember a great blue heron being almost right next to me, and he went up, and I almost went into the water. So I think they could be great blue herons, turkey buzzards, large things like that, and he's supposed to be winged like a bat, from what I understand, everything I've ever read about him. So I think they're probably seeing something like that. If I had my cell phone, I'd definitely get some pictures. And this will sound crazy, but I think I would try and make some kind of contact with it. That's my nature. Stupid, but that's my nature. I have not.
Okay, or nothing that you thought might have been anything explainable?
No tracks, no, nothing. I had an experience where I was out hunting alone, which you shouldn't do, but I was out hunting alone in the Wharton Tract, and I traced, I believe it was, if I recall, a pheasant, which ran into a thicket. I got into the thicket myself, and inside was almost hollowed out, and inside, believe it or not, was an albino deer, a buck. And he stood up, and at that time I was very curious. As he took off, he knocked me down. But it was definitely a deer, not the Jersey Devil. Based on what I have seen, he's a little less than the size of a man, like about 5'6". These are from my recollections. Has a long, elongated face, horse-like, but not like a horse, bat wings, and back-bending feet like a goat. That's the description I remember. If you know the area where he supposedly resides, you would understand. There are not a lot of people in that area. There are just acres and acres and acres and acres. But sometimes when I went hunting there, I didn't think God knew where it was. So I could see it. Because I used to go deep into the swamps and all that kind of stuff. And I think something could reside there without being noticed. And I'm sure if the creature existed, it doesn't want to be around man. So, well, from what I've seen, the picture of the tracks that you were just talking about, it looked more bird-like. But I would think it would be more cloven. Because like I say, it looked like the drawings I remember, the depictions. It had backward legs like a goat, like the god Pan over there, when it's the satyrs. That's what I remember.